welcome in. I'm just getting set up. We should be starting in just a few minutes. Come on in and get ready for today's Reiki Energy Healing ASMR. Welcome in. Alright, come on in. I'm almost ready to begin today's Reiki Energy Healing ASMR. Hello, good morning, welcome. Say hello in the chat as you arrive. Just getting situated. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far today. It's so wonderful to be here with you today. Good morning. As you come in, please do get your heart meets as you arrive. Be getting started in just another minute or two. Good morning. So good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. I think that everything is looking and working all right so far today. Welcome. I am doing very well. So glad that you're here. As we arrive in this space now, taking a moment to be here. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks, Kim. With a Reiki request. Perfect. Good morning. Let me know, Kim, if you have a particular request. I can also just do something intuitive to begin. Hold on a minute. I think. Just give me a second here. For anxiety, of course. We'll get to that first today. Did you hear that sound on the live stream? It's really weird. I'm not sure what that sound was. You did hear it. Okay. Hold on. I think before we begin today, I'm just going to check and see what that sound was because I really have no idea. Hold on. Alright, hopefully we don't hear that sound again. Hold on. We'll be starting in just another minute or two. If you're just joining, welcome in. This is going to be Reiki Energy Healing ASMR. Hello, Jen. Good to see you. Give me just a moment here. I thought I was ready. Oh, thank you so much, Jen. Or Kim, thank you so much for the rock star. Appreciate it. Let me know in the chat if you have a particular crystal in mind, or I can just choose something for you. Alright, one more minute and then I think we will be ready to begin. As you arrive, let me know in the chat, how are you doing today? How is your week going so far? think we are finally ready to begin. You're coping, Erica. All right. Perfect, Kim. You got it. All right. Let's begin, my friends. I wanted to welcome you to today's Reiki energy healing by request. Caitlin, thank you for sending hearts. Let me just write you down here, Caitlin. Let me know in the chat if there's something in particular that you would like for Reiki healing today, or if you're up to what I usually do is just intuitive. Let me know. Thank you so much. All right. As you can see, you can go ahead and gift one of the pinned gifts here for a Reiki energy healing of your choice. And if you're joining me elsewhere today, let me just put up, there we go. You can make a request that way as well. All right, let's begin. We already have a couple requests to get us started today, which is wonderful. So you just had a hysterectomy. Okay. Of course. Our first request today is from Kim, who's looking for some Reiki energy healing to help with anxiety. I just wanted to begin by introducing myself and introducing this session as well. This is Reiki Energy Healing ASMR by request. Thank you so much, Jax, for the crown. Looking for some sound healing? Let me know, Jax, in the chat if you have a particular request or if something intuitive is okay for you. We already have so many requests and we haven't even begun yet. Thank you so much for getting your heart me's as you come in. All right. My name is Jen. I'm a certified Reiki master teacher. And for the next 2 hours or so, I'll be using tender and slow hand movements paired with tender and loving guiding language and meditation to help you to open, to heal, and receive Reiki energy. Before we begin today, I just wanted to remind you that Reiki energy always travels where it's needed and how it's needed for your highest good, always, and nothing else. And no matter what the request is from our viewers today, keep that in mind, that no matter what the request is, Reiki always arrives exactly as it's needed for you. All right. I do believe that we are finally ready to get started. Of course, Sirens, you don't have to watch the Reiki to receive. Reiki journeys where it's invited. So you might want to allow yourself to accept today's Reiki energy healing. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you. Let me see what you wrote, Jax. Sound healing for the heart chakra, of course. All right. Our first request today is just for Reiki, for anxiety. Hello, Sasha. as we arrive together in this space and in this moment, allowing yourself now to be present. Present with whatever it is that you're going through. It's all right. As we bring attention now to the breath, observing the ebb and flow of your breathing. Nothing to change, nothing to fix. Just listening to the sound of the breath as you inhale and exhale. Hello, Lauren. That's it. Just noticing the breath as you allow the body to breathe. Good. Breath by breath now, beginning to elongate the inhalation as you drink pranic energy, cooling breath through the nose, and exhale through the nose slowly. That's it. Good. Let's try that big, conscious, slow breath once more when you're ready. Inhaling long and slowly through the nose. Taking your time, letting the breath go through the nose slowly. Good. Inviting the breath now to help you to settle any energy that's feeling a bit dense. Energy that might be feeling heavy or troublesome today. Imagining that the breath is washing away that challenging energy like a frothy wave crashing to the shore. With your mind's eye, I'd like you to see one white-capped wave moving incredibly slowly as it makes its way toward a sandy shore. That's it. And with your mind's eye, watching as that wave releases just surrendering to the sand, letting go of whatever it was carrying, letting it go. That's it. Good. Good. With each conscious breath that you take, imagining the breath like a wave, inhaling as it moves toward the shore, and exhaling as it lands, the sand dissolving. Yes, I am alive. Perfect. Thank you so much for your request. Thank you so much, Kim. Let me know in the chat if you'd like. Hello, Rick. Let me know in the chat if you'd like how you are feeling, if your breath is feeling less restricted. How is the energy moving through your body? Yes, Erin, I have a nasally voice. I always have, even when I was little. That's okay, Erica. Even if the energy isn't moving well, just observing that and allowing that, nothing to change, nothing to fix, just learning and observing. Coming up next, we have a request from Kim for a crystal Reiki healing. Perfect. I'm going to use an intuitive healing for this one. So give me just a moment to sit with that and we'll get started. Hello, Lacey. Sorry to hear that. Oh my goodness. Welcome in, Tay. Good morning, Denise. All right, give me just a moment and we will get to our next request. Alright, I had a crystal energy come to mind, and it is my clear quartz geode. So give me just a moment to get that. I know where that is, and we'll get started. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Welcome, Big Chief. Please do stick around. This is my specimen of clear quartz geode. One thing that I love about this crystal. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sirens. Sirens, let me know in the chat if you have a particular request for Reiki, or if just an intuitive Reiki will suit you today. Let me know in the chat. One thing that I love about this clear quartz geode is the way that it looks. Sometimes the appearance, alright, Siren, sounds good. Sometimes the appearance of a crystal can tell you a lot about its energy, and that is the case with this. You can see that there's a cavernous look to this geode, almost like a crystalline cave, full of little crystals within, bright and shining when the light hits them just right. Within is a nook of safety, a nook of peace. And that's what I would like you to envision as we work with this clear quartz geode. Imagining now that within this crystalline cavern is a safe and calming space, just waiting for you. Imagining that you enter that cooling and softly glittering cavern. Within is peace and quiet. The sensation of serenity. The sensation of serenity greets you as you enter. As you allow that serene and peaceful energy to surround you. Allowing it to encircle the physical body. In a cool and serene energy. That's it. Easy and gentle. You don't need to do anything at all to feel peace, just allowing it right in this moment as you move into a space of deep relaxation. Of deep peace. It's all right. It's all right for you to allow moments of peace just like this. It's all right. Good. Allowing that easy, peaceful peace. Just to wind through. Good. Thank you so much for your request today, Kim. I hope that was helpful for you and for anyone else who was needing a little bit of relief from anxious feelings of dread. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Perfect. Coming up next, we have a couple more requests. There is a request from Caitlin for some Reiki, followed by Jax for some sound healing, and then Sirens for some Reiki as well. Give me just a moment to sit with our next request for Caitlin. As you come in, please say hello in the chat. Let me know how you're doing. And thank you so much for getting your heart knees on TikTok. Alright, I do have a crystal that came to mind. This is one of my favorite specimens. Thank you so much, Kim, for puppy kisses. Let me know if you have a request for your cleanse, or if you're open to something intuitive. I'll put that on the list. This is one of my favorite crystals. I have a few that I really, really love. This is one. Thank you so much, baby, for the hearts. Let me know in the chat if you have a particular request or if some intuitive Reiki suits you today for the cleanse. Sure. Sounds good. Hello, Green. Welcome in. This is my specimen of Garnet. It's a raw specimen, and I wanted to use this Garnet, Caitlin, even though you didn't ask for a crystal, you just wanted Reiki. I wanted to use Garnet with this request because it is very good for all things related to the blood and other things. But blood circulation, the movement of that sanguine energy through the body, the sanguine energy that is embodied in the blood, it helps so much to bring that detoxification that we sometimes require when we are healing. Thank you, Private Eyes. Appreciate it. Thank you. The movement and the cleansing of the blood element, both physically and metaphysically, is so important to help us to clean house, the house being our body, helping us to clean house as we usher out the old energy and we marshal in new and fresh energy. Sirens, that is adorable. Thank you so much for the Santa hat. Appreciate it. Garnet is a grounding but purifying energy that is sanguine, bringing balance to the flow that moves energy through the energy bodies. Washing away any residual heavy energy and making space for deeper healing. Garnet is an energy of the root chakra, encouraging you to release. Thank you so much, Crunchy. Letting that old energy drop toward the earth. Crunchy, let me know in the chat what you are looking for your sound healing, or if an intuitive healing will work for you. Opening the space for deep and full healing. Thank you for your request, Caitlin. Thank you for getting your heartbeats as you come in here on TikTok as well. Hello, Bad Mom. So good to see you. We have quite a few more requests to get to. Thank you all for making your requests today, getting your heartbeats as you come in, and for your kindness in the chat to everyone who's sharing what they're going through, how they're feeling today. Coming up next, we have a request from Jax for a sound healing focused on the heart chakra. After that, we'll have a request for Reiki from Sirens, a cleanse from Kim, some Reiki for Bebe, and a sound healing for Crunchy. Alright, let's get to it. Next up is a sound healing for the heart chakra. Give me just a moment to sit with that, and then we'll get started. The energy that came to mind for me as we work into the heart chakra with sound and Reiki combined is actually one that I've never used before during a live stream, but it just came to my mind. So bear with me. Let me grab it. This is my Rainmaker, is what it's called. And it's a vessel that holds tiny seeds. And as the seeds journey from one end of the Rainmaker to the other, it brings that sound of movement and a rain-like sound. And it can be a little bit unpredictable, so just to let you know if you're wearing headphones. As I use this Rainmaker as our instrument of sound, I'd like you to imagine each granule, each seed, as pieces of energy moving through the heart space. As the energy of the heart space begins to move, something that I myself see in my own mind space is little bits of the heart's energy becoming unstuck from the sides of the heart, and then moving as if kicked up in a soft and gentle breeze as those heart particles begin to stir. So as you hear the sound of the Rainmaker, that's the vision that I'd like you to hold in your heart, is that gentle upheaval of the heart's particles. Okay. All right. Let's do this journey together of sound healing. I'm going to tip this Rainmaker back and forth several times. Let's do it. letting that jangling, almost chaotic sound resonance, letting it linger, letting it fall like a heartbeat, letting it resonate through the chambers and the rooms of the heart space as it kicks up that energetic debris, encouraging the energy of the heart to move and change. Did you like that? That would be good on the ASMR channel as well. Holding that sound resonance in the heart for a few more breaths, okay? Letting the heart continue to feel that prickling sensation. And on your next exhalation, exhaling through the mouth as you blow away the particles of the heart that are ready to leave. That's it. Good. Thank you. Jax, thank you so much for your request. I appreciate it. I really loved that. I've actually never used that Rainmaker during a live stream before, and it was really moving, and I felt like it was perfect for this particular healing. So thank you so much, Jax. Lucy, I'll be on until around 1 p.m. Eastern Time today, I plan. Coming up next, we have a request from Sirens for some intuitive Reiki. If you would like to make your own request, you can do so by gifting one of the pinned gifts for today. And if you're joining on one of our other places, let me put up how you can make a request there as well. All right, let me just grab a sip of some. I actually drink decaf coffee. I can't really handle caffeine. I don't know if anyone else is that way, but even a little bit of caffeine is plenty for me. As you come into the live stream today, don't forget to get your heart meets as you come in. All right, coming up next is some Reiki for a request from Sirens, and I really want to use a little bit of essential oil for this one, so hold on, give me a moment to get that ready and we'll get started. An essential oil popped into my head when I was thinking about doing this request. This is my essential oil. It's lily. It's a distillation of the lily blossom. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells just like a big white blossom blooming in the middle of the summer or the late spring. And I'm going to add a little bit of this essential oil. It's not coming out very well. Hold on. Give me just a sec. I'm just going to get that opening a little bit bigger. Hold on. Okay. It's still not coming out very well. Hang on. I just popped the top off, which I didn't mean to do. But let me get some of that onto my fingertips here. Oh, it's so nice. And I know that you can't smell the essential oil, but I'd like to use it to infuse this Reiki with the resonance of this lily essential oil now. Lily is, of course, floral and calming. As it greets the senses, it encourages us to soften. Lily, though, is also an amazing essence that encourages us to lift our sense of self-worth. The feeling that we are worthy of good things in our lives. And accepting that goodness for no reason at all, not because you have worked hard to be worthy, not because you have given so much, not because you have strived and tried. This energy instead invites you just to allow yourself to be worthy without having to do anything at all. Just you in yourself, good enough. More than enough. It's all right. Lily is an essence that works with you as you work through feelings of insecurity or inadequacy, as you work through feelings of worthlessness, and you question if you are deserving of those good things that we all desire: love and acceptance, understanding, kindness, peace. This energy invites you just to sit back and accept that you are worthy, just as if you were receiving a gift from a loved one that you felt you deserved. Just sitting back and receiving. It's all right. That's it. you so much for the hearts. Let me go ahead and write you down for some Reiki. Britt, let me know in the chat if you have a particular request or if you are okay with just some intuitive healing today. Perfect, Sirens. I'm glad you liked that. I'm going to keep this lily essential oil on my fingertips until the end of this session, if that's okay. Intuitive, sure. Coming up next, we have a request for a cleanse, an energy cleanse from Kim. Give me just a moment to sit with that request and we'll get started. Thank you for tapping your screen. We're almost at 30K likes. I'll be right back. Let me just sit with that request and we'll get started. Fragrance, I will be on today until around 1 p.m. Eastern Time. For this next request, I actually got the itch to use a tool that I haven't used in quite some time. Q, thank you so much for the hearts. Let me write you down there for some Reiki. And let me know in the chat, Q, if you have a specific request or if you are open to something intuitive today. Let me know. All right. Hold on, let me just put this cap back on so it doesn't spill everywhere. For you, baby, yes, I have you as intuitive actually already, so I'm feeling really good. Yummy, how are you feeling? Healing and release, sure. Let me just write that down. All right, so I got the itch to use a tool that I haven't used in quite some time. I'd like to use my Kenari Seed bracelet for this cleanse. Let me just grab that and we'll get started. Let me show you the tool. This is actually a shamanic healing tool, but I like to use it in conjunction with Reiki from time to time. These are dried Kenari seeds. And when I wear the bracelet, it makes like a crinkling, well, you can hear it. What would you call that? A crinkling sound? It's very strong. Anyway, I'm going to put this on my wrist and use it to help do some energy clearing. So give me just a sec to get that on and we'll get started. Kenari seeds are used, as I said, in the shamanic healing tradition, and they are fantastic for energy related to change. So as we do this energy clearing, Fragrance, thank you so much for the hearts. Let me write you down quickly, hold on. Let me know, Fragrance, in the chat if you have a request or if you are open to something intuitive today. Kenari seeds are used for times of transition, times of change, and encourage the energy to clear out. Intuitive, sure. Hello, Matt. So good to see you. So as we use these wonderful tools, we invite that energy to begin to move. Releasing energy that no longer serves us, and surrendering a little bit to the unknown. Just a little bit. Letting go just a little bit of some of that control. Kenari Seeds encourage us to release. You can tell by its sound that it's a jostling and strong encouragement of the movement of energy. This is Reiki energy healing. I'm sure some of us in the chat will be happy to explain what that is if you have any questions. Letting go of energy that you've been hanging on to too tightly, afraid of letting it go. Allowing yourself to release that energy little by little. Allowing yourself to let go of any energy no longer serving you. Letting it go. As you release some of that control, taking your time, there's no rush. There's no rush. Moving easily and slowly. That's it. Good. Beautiful. Thank you so much for your request, Kim, for a cleanse. Let me know in the chat how you like those Kenari Seeds. I'd like to get a second bracelet for it, but I worried that it would be a little bit too loud. So let me know if you liked the sound and how that energy movement felt for you as well. Perfect. Yeah, I like the one too. All right. Coming up next, my friends, we have a couple more requests that have come in. Next is some Reiki by request for Bebe, followed by a sound healing for Crunchy. We've got Reiki for Brit. We've got healing and release Reiki for Q, followed by Reiki for Fragrance. We have quite a few, so let's get to it. If you'd like to make your own request, you can gift one of the pinned gifts here on the top for in TikTok. And if you're watching elsewhere, you can also make a request there. All right. Coming up next, we have a request for Reiki from Bebe. Lisa, thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you. Appreciate it. That means so much to me. So beautiful. All right. Give me a moment to sit with this request, see what comes to mind, and we will get started. Meanwhile, as you come in, say hello in the chat. Also, don't forget to get your heartbeats as you come in. All right. Thank you, Ava. Yes, I do have an ASMR channel, actually. I'm going to pin your comment. I love ASMR. My ASMR channel is Evening Springtime ASMR, and I'll be streaming there tomorrow, so please do follow if you enjoy traditional ASMR. All right. Let's get started with our next request for Reiki, some intuitive healing. I'd like you to allow yourself now to slow down. Slowing down the thoughts in your mind. Simple. Slowing down the cadence of your breath. Just like that. Inviting a slow rhythm into your energy bodies. Soft and tender, slow movement, moving from the crown of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Inviting a slow flow of soft energy to move through the emotional energy body. And to wind through the intellectual energy body. slow and soft. As that gentle and loving energy moves through the spiritual energy body as well. Allowing yourself to slow down. As you invite patience, allowing yourself to separate from the rush and the expectation of time, as the whole body responds to a slow and peaceful rhythm. Falling into that rhythm now. Dropping and settling into a space of peace, not dictated by time or expectation, just listening to your own body's rhythms. Tuning in to that frequency of what your body needs right now. Good. Thank you so much for your request, baby. And I hope that was useful for you. Let me know in the chat how you're doing, how you're feeling as we go along. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Next, we have a request for a sound healing from Crunchy. Give me just a moment to sit with that request, and we'll get started. Hi, Siha. So good to see you. I've been really well. I'm actually going to go grab one of my big crystal singing bowls. It's behind me. So give me just a second to grab that and we'll get started. Just a second to get back. Okay, I wanted to use one of my crystal singing bowls next. Thank you, Emmy. This is one of my crystal singing bowls, and it is resonant with the lower energy centers, the lower chakras. So the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, the root chakra, the earth chakra, really bringing that grounding energy. And I wanted to use this for this request for sound healing because I wanted to draw the energy down toward the earth space, letting heavy energy be heavy. Sometimes when we have heavy energy in our bodies, we want to make it lighter, make it more airy. But I'd actually like to encourage you to allow that energy to be heavy. And in its heaviness, to let it fall and settle down toward the earth. Letting heavy energy be heavy. I know it sounds strange. Sometimes when I find myself with heavy energy, I immediately want it to be like air instead of like earth. But I think that there's power in healing when we allow energy to be what it is. So as I strike this singing bowl and as we hear the resonance of the sound and feel the vibration, I'd like you to imagine that the sound is carving a pathway, almost like an ant. Or what's another animal that burrows? Let me know in the chat. I know an ant burrows underground, but I'm thinking of something bigger, like a vole or a mole. A mole, yeah. A bunny, a rabbit, okay. A badger, all right. A fox, oh, I like that. Hermit crabs, all true. A hamster, all true things. I think I'm going to go with a vole because a vole is what came to my mind right away. They're super tiny and like almost black colored. Anyway, imagining that this sound creates a tunnel, a pathway, moving from the crown of the head all the way down to the earth as if you were a vole burrowing down, creating a clear pathway all the way to the earth where heavy energy can drop. Does that make sense? Okay. So, as Letta, I've had that too. As you hear the sound, you might want to turn down or adjust your volume. It can be a little bit unpredictable, but let's begin. Imagining that heavy energy journeying to land down deep into the earth, allowing heavy energy to fall and settle. Good. Thank you so much for your request, Crunchy, for sound healing. Appreciate it. We have 3 requests left for the session so far. I might have time for a 4th. If you'd like to make a request, you can gift one of the pinned gifts here. I think I may have time for 4 before we end. Coming up next, we have a Reiki, an intuitive Reiki healing for Britt, followed by Reiki for release and healing for Q, and then finally intuitive Reiki for fragrance. All right, give me a moment just to sit with Britt's request, and we'll get started. Just a reminder that Reiki always travels where it's needed and how it's needed for you, no matter what the request is. Jazz purple is not my favorite color, but I don't think I have a favorite color anymore. Kind of been through the whole spectrum of favorite colors in my life, and I'm kind of at the point where I just like them all. For this Reiki healing, I'd like to focus on softness. As we begin to scan the energy bodies now, scanning through the physical layer of energy, the emotional layer, the intellectual layer of energy, the spiritual layer. As we scan through each layer, beginning to notice areas of softness and areas of tension. Just noticing. Nothing to fix, nothing to change. Instead, I invite you just to notice. Noticing where you've gathered patches of softness in the energy bodies, and where there are areas of tension, just noticing. nothing to change, nothing to fix. But that's it. And when you have found an area of softness anywhere in the energy bodies, I invite you now to move toward that space, no matter how small or how vast it may be. Imagine yourself moving toward that patch of softness, as if you've entered a landscape full of tender colors and textures, harmonious, balanced light. Can you see that landscape as it expands out before you? Good. I'd like you to linger in that patch of softness that you found. Allowing yourself to stay for a little while. Soft and relaxed. Soft and relaxed. Soft and relaxed. That's it. Noticing now if that patch of softness begins to grow. Just noticing as you breathe deeply if that patch of softness can grow, expanding, taking up more space. Relax. Relax. That's it. Good. Thank you for your request, Brett. So much, Fatima. So good to see you. Let's see, Elvis is crystal. Let me know, Fatima, if you have a particular request or if you are open to something intuitive. Good to see you too. I know somebody asked earlier. Thank you so much, Osiris, for your request for Reiki. I'm actually going to take the request down because we have more than enough to finish the session. Give me just a second here to take that down. Hold on. Hello, Jen. Oh, Joe, yes, I am working on some certification courses for those who are interested in becoming certified in Reiki or just learning more about Reiki. If they enjoy it and appreciate it, I am working on a course right now. You can join my newsletter to get an update of when that will drop by clicking on my profile picture. There's a sign up link there for my newsletter. I send out news maybe once every month. I'm hoping to have my first level completed, well, realistically probably by the summer, because it's been going slower than I would want. Life is busy, but yes, I would love to have you join my Reiki level 1 course when it comes out. I know somebody in the chat asked earlier about what does intuitive mean in this context. I just wanted to circle back to that. Intuitive is sort of a message that you get from yourself. Like a letter that you write to yourself that you read. It's a premonition or a knowing of something. And in this case, it's when I sit with someone's request, I try to feel into the energy and let that guide what I do, what I say, what I use, all of that. All right. Let's see, we have 4 requests left before the end of the session today. Coming up next is a request for Reiki for healing and release from our friend Q. Hopefully you're still here, Q. Thanks for your patience. Give me just a moment to sit with that and we'll get started. The intuitive guidance that I got for this request was really focused on the solar plexus. Do you know where that is? It's an energy center, a chakra of the energy bodies located right around the belly button area, maybe a little above and a little below that region there. So that's what I'm going to work into now. That solar plexus powerhouse. The solar plexus I've experienced as one of the most important chakras for me. So there's no one important chakra, but for me it's been one of the most important in my own healing journey, helping me to release what needs to be released. The solar plexus is a powerhouse chakra. It's golden yellow. I'd like you to imagine a ray of golden yellow light, like a golden thread that catches the light and begins to sparkle. Imagining that golden silken thread as it begins to curl through the solar plexus energy center. I myself enjoy knitting. I don't know if anyone else likes the fabric arts, but I'm imagining in my solar plexus, you know, when you drop ribbon or thread onto a surface and it begins to pile up and starts to make this zigzagging pattern. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm not sure if I'm explaining it right, but as you drop the ribbon or the thread onto a surface, slowly it begins to create this stack of fabric, weaving to and fro as it stacks. That's what I'd like you to imagine with this golden thread as it stacks into the solar plexus energy center. Thread upon thread, creating a tower of golden light. In the center of this tower of golden light, I'd like you to imagine a small golden orb. Like a firefly on a humid summer night. That firefly-like orb begins to glow softly from within. I'd like you now to imagine that firefly shaking off its wings and taking flight as it lifts up and out of that tower of thread and begins to fly around, stirring the energy of the solar plexus with its gossamer wings. TK, this is my Reiki account. I have 3 accounts here on TikTok. One for Reiki, one for ASMR, and one for yoga. Yes, I am on YouTube, Mama Bear. Good. As that golden orb, like a firefly, takes flight, it begins to move exactly where it's needed most in the body. You set that firefly free and watch as it flies exactly where it's needed. Reiki is energy healing using life force energy. Allowing that golden orb of light to move through layers of energy, landing exactly where it needs to be. You're welcome. Can you see it? Where it's landed? It's all right. Allowing that firefly to land just so. And once it's landed, imagine its golden light becoming like a lantern. Do you know one of those old lanterns? I'm going to say it's like what is it called? Like an oil lamp, where in the belly, in the bottom, is all of the oil. And there's a wick that dips into the oil and pokes out of the top of a metal enclosure. And then on the top is like hurricane glass. It's like a tube of glass. Do you know what I'm talking about? That kind of an old lantern. Imagine that down within that lantern is that solar plexus firefly. And you reach toward the knob and begin to turn that lantern up, engaging the wick as it dips into that golden light. And the light, the flame of the lantern begins to blaze. It fills the whole space with golden, sparkling light. Filling that whole room with golden, healing light. The solar plexus is the seat of the self. It is the home of self-healing. As you tap into your own power to heal yourself just as you need, you fill that entire space with golden light. Good. Letting that lantern burn as long as needed. That guided journey is actually very personal to me. When I first discovered my ability to heal myself, which, right, we could have a conversation about what that means and what that looks like, but that is what I actually felt inside myself, was that golden light for the first time. I didn't even know what a chakra was or what Reiki was, but that was a very personal journey for me. So thank you so much, Q. I hope that was useful for you as well. Okay, my friends, we have 3 more requests to get to before the end of the session. Geode, thank you so much for the heart signal. Appreciate it. Alright, coming up next we have a request from Fragrance for some intuitive Reiki. Give me just a moment to sit with that and we'll get started. So this is a bit of a strange one that came to mind, and I was just pausing so that I could think about what to say, like how to frame, what to say about it, how to frame it. Give me just another minute here to sit with this. So I'll just tell you what the word is that came to mind, because sometimes different things will come to mind, but a word and a feeling came to mind. I'll tell you what the word is. It's ownership. I don't know if I've ever gotten that before for a Reiki healing. And so a lot of things are coming to mind with this concept of ownership. Let's start and see where we go. Thanks, Joe. I know what it was. It has just become clear to me. Perfect. I'd like you to imagine an expanse, a landscape that's absolutely beautiful. And what I'm picturing in my own mind is like a western landscape, like somewhere in Montana with these mountains, purple mountains in the background, and just at the time of sunset, there's blues and pinks and purples in the sky. And in front of the mountain range is this quaint and homey ranch-like house. There's horses in the yard. I don't know why, but that's the vision that came to my mind. But I'd like you to imagine a landscape for you. Something that is beautiful. And it brings you a sense of home, of belonging. And just take a moment and find that image in your mind and hold it right there, whatever it is. There's no wrong answers. Have you ever held an image of hope within, but then rejected it, feeling like it could never be yours? Do you know that feeling? That's the feeling that I want you to move toward now. As you acknowledge that fear of ownership, that fear that what you hope and desire could never be yours. I'd like you to allow space now. allowing yourself to embrace and own your dreams. As you reframe that landscape, as you hold that image of that quintessential landscape in your mind, you notice yourself there in it. Can you see yourself there? Just standing. Just standing and appreciating. As you enter that landscape of beauty, of hope, of good things. Seeing yourself right there in the middle of it. That's it. Allowing yourself to be a part of that dream. Knowing that you are deserving of it, and taking ownership of those hopes that you sometimes deny yourself. That's it. Claiming them as your own. That's the message that wanted to come through. Thank you so much for your request, Fragrance. I hope that made sense to you or served anyone who needed to hear that or see that. Alright, we have 2 more requests left. Thank you so much for your gifts and for your kind comments. Coming up next, we have a request from Fatima for a crystal Reiki healing. And then Osiris will be our last request for today with an intuitive Reiki healing. Alright. Let me sit for a moment for this crystal request and we'll get started. So I actually had 2 crystal energies come to mind, so I was just looking through my notes here that I've compiled about crystals, and I think I'm going to go with Septarian. So there were 2 that came to mind. The first was solasite, and I was like, ooh, but then I was pulled towards Septarian. I'm going to go with Septarian. I think that one will work the best. Let me grab it. to say, I love Septarian. It's a bit of a rare crystal, but take a look at this guy. It's got that, look at this. It's like a scale almost, and it's like cracked in the middle. I like to look at it. It's quite an amazing, a stunning crystal. Let's take a few moments with Septarian, and then we'll move into a Septarian journey. It's a rare one. Just observing how the crystal feels as it arrives. There's no right or wrong experience. It's funny because I actually laughed to myself when I thought about this crystal. Because it brings an energy that is a little bit difficult. The energy that I wanted to work with this Septarian is tolerance. I don't know why that makes me like giggle inside when I say it. I don't know why. Maybe because I need a little bit of this myself in life right now as well. Especially during the holiday season, it can be challenging to field all of the different energies that come into our lives at this time. It might bring feelings of frustration or feelings of overwhelm in the nervous system. Thanks, Rainmaker. Thank you so much. This Septarian is also an energy of the solar plexus, which we worked with a little while ago. It really fosters and bolsters the self in being able to be patient and finding more space for tolerance, especially with people and with yourself as well. Making space for all of that energy during this time. And when energy doesn't feel quite like what you need in the moment, you begin to feel overwhelmed or overworked, overextended. Septarian. Allowing space for those feelings. This energy is one that encourages you to allow more understanding for yourself and for others. When you feel frustrated or even, what's the word I'm looking for? Not discouraged, but when you're feeling, like you're let down by other people. What's that word? Not discouraged, but disappointed. That's exactly it. Yeah, disappointed. That's the exact word. Yes, thank you. making space for that sensation as well. Filling that space with more understanding. And allowing people to be imperfect. Thank you for getting your heart beat. Hello, Busy. So good to see you. Hello, Sakura. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Thank you for the gifts. Septarian brings in that energy of tolerance. And I don't know that I'm the best one to speak to that energy. I myself struggle with tolerance sometimes because I get very overwhelmed very easily. Maybe you are like that too. Or maybe you have a high tolerance for things, but it can be challenging, especially when you want to protect your peace. This energy opens space for a little bit more tolerance and understanding. Yeah, I get overstimulated easily too. Yeah, I hear you, Britta. Especially this time of year, it can be so overstimulating. Good. That's why I felt giggly when I was drawn toward the Septarian. I was like, oh yeah, I need this right now too. Thank you for your request, Fatima. I hope that Septarian arrived just as it was needed for you. We have one more request, one more experience in our time together today. It's a request from Osiris, who's looking for some intuitive Reiki. You're welcome. Give me just a moment to sit with that. Thank you for 107k likes. Oh my goodness, when did that happen? If you're part of the fan club, put some celebratory emojis in the chat from our fan club to celebrate over 100k likes. That's amazing. Thank you so much for the support. All right, let me sit with our final request and we'll get started. All right, I got it. Lola, Reiki is an energy healing. It's a modality of healing using life force energy. I'd be happy to speak more about it at the end of the session if you want to stick around. I love to see those emojis in the chat. Thanks for using them. Coming up next is our last request for the session. And the theme that came to mind for me for this one was joy. It was joy. And I'd actually like to use a crystal because a crystal just popped into my head, even though you didn't request a crystal. I hope you don't mind. But I want to find my Dalmatian jasper. So give me just a sec. I really wanted just felt called to use this crystal. I hope that's okay. This is Dalmatian jasper, and I wanted to use it to help guide this Reiki as we explore joy. This crystal carries a certain kind of joy. The kind of joy that is childlike. The kind of joy, I'm like kind of like smiling while I'm saying it because you feel it when you are with this energy. I hope you can feel it too. The kind of joy that you feel when you are full of wonder. When you wake up in the morning and you cannot wait for the day to begin because you are eager to discover what today holds for you. And I think that for many of us, we don't feel that every day. In fact, that feeling of pure childlike joy might feel out of reach at times. If that's true for you, then this energy is for you. It invites you to take a moment as you invite in again a pure and simple excitement and joy and anticipation of good things, an expectation for wonder, an expectation for goodness, kindness, and love to celebrate. I know it can be hard to just fall into joy because we tend to covet joy as something that is unreachable or something that we don't always understand as we become adults. At least that's my own experience. But this energy is so simple and pure. And it invites you to imagine that this kind of joy is right there. And all you need to do is just grab it. Imagine that. Just grabbing that joy. Taking a hold of it and allowing it to rush through you, coloring you, just like a kid with a crayon, running that color across the page. Who couldn't use a little more joy? It's all right for you to feel that sensation of wonder and excitement. Allowing yourself to receive. It's all right. Good. Let it move through. Beautiful. I'm so glad that we ended with that. That seemed just right for the session. Thank you so much for your request. Thank you to everyone who made requests today. We had quite a few. I appreciate your support. And I hope that you enjoyed our time together today. I know I did. I stream on this channel on Mondays and Thursdays most of the time. I've been traveling recently, so I wasn't here on Monday. You can check my live schedule by clicking on my profile picture. There you'll find my live times and also all of my links for all of my things that I do. So my YouTube, social media, all of my one-on-one offerings if you're interested in those, and a lot of other things on there too. Also check out my ASMR channel if you like traditional ASMR. I'll be live there tomorrow, same time, different channel at Evening Springtime ASMR. Oh yes, also on Monday, the next time we meet, I have a special event happening. It's called Healing for the Holidays. You can register for the free event by clicking on my profile picture. It's on December 22nd, and it is a community-style Reiki healing centered on working through some of the challenging emotional stuff that comes for many of us with the holiday season. So I hope to see you then if you are around on Monday. You can also catch my rebroadcast on YouTube, which I post within 24 hours or so of streaming. I'm happy to stick around if anyone has any questions. Thank you so much for all of your kindness in the chat. Thank you for your kind and generous gifts. Welcome to all the new followers. If you haven't gotten your heart me yet, please do join our fan club. Also, do consider becoming a super fan. Super fans get to get free requests during our monthly Reiki circle on the 1st of every month, and also get to participate in the chat of our Reiki and Real Talk, which I do every now and then as well. So please do consider becoming a super fan. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing this space. All right. I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Oh yeah, let's hear it, Fatima. Yes, I've been adding timestamps to my YouTube videos lately. Yeah, so I'll keep on doing that. Perfect, Joe. Yeah, definitely sign up for my newsletter. I'll let you know when my first course is ready. It's about halfway done right now. It's just hard for me to always find time to finish it, but I am working on it still, and I can't wait to get it out there. Have a good day, Amir, and thank you for your moderation. Always so good. Bye, everyone. Take good care.